about time to get that lawnmower in shape, and we're going to show you how to do that right now. Hey, this is Dave from houseparents.com. Together with my brother Rich and my son Caleb, we show you how to do a job yourself and save a lot of money in the process. Today we're going to show you how to sharpen your lawnmower blade, and we're going to show you a couple different ways to do it. We just need a few simple tools for this job. In the middle here is a file and my socket set, my ratchet and socket. And so there we have just a cutoff wheel on the end of the die grinder, and we'll go ahead and use that. One of these two methods, you can either get a hold of one of these with an air compressor, or you can use your file manually. Both work equally as well, just one's a little quicker than the other. To get started though, we first need to get the blade off the lawnmower. And so what I would normally do is prop it up. The further you tip your lawnmower, if it's full of gas, the more likely you are to get a spill. So you just need to be able to get underneath it. Right now this lawnmower doesn't have gas in it, but if you needed to, this is a way to do it. The next is we've got here on this lawnmower a 9/16 ratchet, and all you have to do is get your socket underneath here. Go ahead and pull your, just for safety's sake, you can either pull your spark plug out or pop the wire off the spark plug. You're guaranteed it'll never start that way, just for safety's sake. All right, well, you've got the lawnmower propped up. Put your ratchet on the center bolt, and then you hold the blade from the back side and just break it loose and undo it. And it's all of that simple to take it off. And there you go. And that bolt just comes out of the center hole. You just leave it there, and we'll get to the sharpening of the blade now. What we have here are 3 different blades. One lawnmower that I have to sharpen has a dual blade system where these blades both mount. These blades both mount together like this and provide a dual cutting surface. It really works well. It's a Honda design, and this is just a straight blade. This one has a little bit of a flare at the end, and that's for after the blade of grass gets cut on this side, that lift provides the suction it needs to discharge the grass out of the lawnmower. So these 2 blades go together like that, and this here is a mulching blade, and you can tell a mulching blade from that curved surface there. It has a cut, the whole length of that is a cutting surface, and it's in different planes, so that the grass gets thrown around inside the mower and continually cut up before it's very small and finally drops to the ground. So that's that's the mulching blade design. But whatever you have, sharpening them is virtually the same process. All right, as we get started, you can look. This is the section right here of the blade that we're going to sharpen. It's this face and then underneath side, and we're going to make those 2 pieces, those 2 polished sides, get finer and finer, closer and closer together until you basically have a razor blade finish. Now, right now, I can rub my hand across this from the bottom or the top, and it's very dull. Never run your finger this way. On this dull one, it doesn't, obviously it's so dull, it's not going to cut. But when we get done sharpening this will be razor sharp, and you never want to run your finger in the direction of the blade, always against it. First, we're going to use the die cutter with the grinding wheel, the cutoff blade on it. But what we want to do is try to keep this at the same angle as that bevel on the blade, so that we're not making gouges like the rocks have done here and gouge the blade. We don't want to cut into the blade, we just want to smooth the blade. you can see the shininess of the blade there on that side. And even now, as I rub my hand on it, it doesn't feel sharp at all, because basically I'm pushing the metal, the friction of that grinding wheel is pushing the metal to curve this way, and then I have to come back and polish the metal on this side to cut that curl, and then it'll leave a nice sharp edge. So now that we got this side pretty well, we're going to come on this side and just make a flat polish on this side. All right, now that we've come back on this side and smooth that out, when I rub my finger against this, you can already feel how really sharp that is. Every pass you make, it pushes the metal either this way or this way, and so we want it to come, we want there to not be a bevel this way or a bevel this way. So we're going to come back and just kind of knock that edge off a little bit, but it's super sharp right now. Yep, super sharp, and that baby's ready to go. All right, this is the second blade, and you can see that's the surface that needs to be sharpened, but it's had a year's worth of use, so it's pretty dull. And what we're going to do, instead of using the grinding wheel, we're going to take this file, and we're going to follow that angle of that bevel on the blade, and we're going to take this file and just run it down. Run it down the blade like this till we can scrape away all that oxidation and all that wear. And again, try to file this end down and then come underneath the same way to make that a razor sharp point. And as I get started, you can start to see it glisten. You've got to be super careful not to, as this gets sharper, not to slip and cut your hand. So this takes a little bit more caution. All right, I bolted the blade to this piece of wood to hold it in place so I could file it. If you have a vise on a workbench or something, that would probably work much better, but I don't. Okay, so as you can see, as I do this, I'm coming down the front face of that blade. And so the file starts high, and then I go down and across. You can see it's much sharper. All right, that one's good. This whole process was pretty straightforward. It doesn't take a lot of time. In fact, it's probably going to take you less time to do what we just did here either way than to get your lawnmower loaded up in the car, take it over to the repair shop, drop it off, then go back to pick it up again when they have it ready. That's all just a big time hog, when in 5 or 10 minutes you can get this job done yourself and you don't even have to pay anybody. So, hope this video helps. If you got any questions, drop us a line. If you haven't subscribed, please do. We've got lots more videos in the can. See you soon. Thanks for viewing.